What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and needless to say, this whole Bam Margera situation has gotten really hectic. And you know, there's just something about these celebs. They always bring out these interesting characters online who just have the most brain dead takes I have ever heard in my entire life. I am seeing people say, leave Bam alone. He's a grown man. He should be able to destroy his life without anyone saying anything or anyone stepping in trying to help. Just leave the guy alone. Let him destroy himself. Let him drink his life away. Let him lose everything. No one should say anything about it. And I just have to step back sometimes and really question, who in the hell raised y'all people? Who raised y'all? Really? I mean, I would like to know, who is raising some of these folks that I run across online? What do you mean? Leave it alone. Don't say anything. Allow him to destroy himself. That doesn't even make sense in my mind. If you love someone, if you care about someone, yeah, you should step in. I'm not saying that you should control them or try to control them, but to think that everyone should be quiet and allow people to self-destruct if they want to. No, that's not how things work when you have people who care about you. So I question, what is going on at your house? What's going on with your family if that's your mentality? If your mentality is to allow the people you care about or the people you like or just people in general to self-destruct in front of you. And then you paint people out to be a villain if they step in and want these people to get help. It makes no sense at all. Now, I understand that this Bam Margera situation, it's a sticky situation, right? It's a sticky one. It often is when it comes to people who have a lot of money. When money's involved, then you gotta really question people's intentions. I understand that. That doesn't fly over my head. I'm not here to say that all of the people who claim they care about Bam and who claim they're trying to help Bam, I'm not here to tell you or to convince you that they are legit or that their intentions are pure. I'm not here to tell you that. But to totally dismiss the fact that Bam is very obviously dealing with some issues just for the name of leave him alone and let him do his own thing. And that doesn't make sense. If you had a kid that was spiraling out of control or a friend or a family member, I would hope that you would say something. Instead of just the mentality of just let him destroy himself. What does it have to do with me? But you know, I am downright frightened by some of what I have seen over the past couple of days after looking into this situation a little bit more. I am frightened by the amount of enablers that are out here. And I already see it. They're trying to turn this into another Free Britney type of situation. And that, no lie, that will lead to this dude's destruction. It really and surely will. But there's this, it's like a new trend online where people, they get bored. So they infiltrate into other celebs' lives and they do all of this stuff and they think they know better than everyone else about these people's lives and they enable them to act crazy and do crazy things. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm watching this movement, if you will. It's starting to fester. It's like, oh, we got a new target. Now we can pretend that we're freeing Bam. We just had a botched, movement, the Free Britney movement about a year or so ago. We know how that turned out, but no, now we got to free Bam, y'all. We got to totally ignore that Bam is dealing with issues and we got to free him from who? I don't know, but we got to free the dude, right? So it's very scary to me because people will come up with all types of things and they'll go down all of these rabbit holes. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I like diving down rabbit holes myself, but you have to first acknowledge the elephant that is in the room, which is the fact that Bam is very obviously in a bad space right now. That is totally obvious. And to ignore that and to place the blame on any and everything else, that's delusional. But this is the new trend. This is the new trend. We got to free celebrities from rehabs, and we got to free celebrities from this, and we got to free celebrities from their parents, and we got to do this because this is like the new obsession that people have formed. Because people have an unhealthy obsession with celebrities. And I've gone over this type of stuff with various other celebs. It's all the same thing over and over and over again. And what I've boiled it down to is the fact that most of these people have issues of their own that they're dealing with at home. And watching these celebs dealing with those same issues or even worse, it makes them feel better about themselves. So instead of being a voice that would encourage these people to crawl out of these dark spaces, what they do is they become a voice to encourage these people to stay in these dark spaces so they feel better about themselves at the end of the day. So we have Bam's fan base, a lot of which aren't even Bam fans. They're just on the new trend of, oh, it's free Bam time. We got to free this celeb, free that celeb. So now they're joining this bandwagon. They don't have any clue what they're talking about. They're all, oh, there's nothing wrong with Bam. Leave Bam alone. Let the guy go drink himself to death. Let him go do this. Let him go do that. And fine, okay, cool. And then you have Bam's family, who actually deals with Bam on a daily basis. They live with Bam. They know Bam way better than you know Bam. They say Bam's dealing with issues, and they want to get him help. So you got these two very opposite sides of a coin. And then you have people like me who don't pick sides. I observe. Like I stated, I'm not delusional enough to think that random YouTubers and random people who watch videos on YouTube know about Bam's situation better than the people who actually pushed Bam out of their vagina. So I just observe. And what I'm observing is, it's like one side's maybe too radical and now the other side's too radical. It's just like politics. Maybe one side, they're pushing Bam just a little too hard. Because you gotta want to get help. It can't just be about other people wanting you to get help, but at the same time, you don't just leave someone out there to die. So I'm watching one side, maybe they're pushing too hard. I'm watching one side where I question some of these people's intentions because I know money is involved. And then I know there's shady characters all throughout, that are trying to take advantage of the situation. I don't trust most of these therapists and doctors and all of that stuff. And if you've been subbed to my channel for a while, you know that. So I don't trust most of these rehab facilities and things like that. I want Bam to get help, but I don't think Bam has found the proper help. I think Bam is being placed in places where they want what they can get out of Bam. They don't want to see a better version of Bam. They want Bam to keep coming back to them. And that's what a lot of this therapy is. Just keep on coming back. Let's keep you a patient forever. So I don't trust that stuff. But I also don't trust these radicalized fans who just think that, oh, it's so great and cool watching these people self-destruct and encouraging them to do so and pretending like there's nothing wrong the entire time while stomping out and attacking anyone who wants Bam to get help or whatever celebrity to get help who's, involved in the situation at the time. But what's now being reported, take it with a grain of salt. Some people will believe it, some won't. This does not sound far-fetched to me, considering the situation at hand. But at the time of this recording, Bam has not been found. As you already know, I already went over how his fan base feels. They feel like he can do no wrong. We want Bam to self-destruct because that's Bam's choice, and we respect Bam's choice. So we want to see him OD and die an early death because that's his decision. That's their mentality, okay? On the other hand, his family is coming out with claims. His brother is claiming that Bam Margera is actually on the run with his girlfriend and an 8-year-old child, and he claims that Bam Margera is using meth. He says that Bam Margera is on the run from police with his girlfriend and her 8-year-old child. And he says to make matters worse, Bam has now developed an addiction to meth. There's various tweets from Jess Margera going over various things about this situation. He says that his girlfriend has her phone and that he's very worried about Bam, but that he's extremely worried because there's an 8-year-old child with them and that he can't even imagine the environment that car is in right now or the environment in that car. And he hopes that she's okay because she's a sweet kid and she does not deserve any unnecessary trauma. Jess says that Bam is traveling by car with his girl and her daughter. Bam's brother also claims that this meth habit that he picked up recently has made Bam unrecognizable now. He says that it is scary and heartbreaking to see Bam hallucinating. So he's claiming that Bam's on some hard stuff. Now, if you ask Bam's fan base, they say Jess is lying, that Bam's brother's lying about everything, and that he's doing this all for attention. So I guess it's up to you to decide what you believe. Me, I'm a facts guy. I'm stepping back and I'm looking at the facts. I know that Bam has very obviously been dealing with issues lately. I know that Bam's going to jail. Bam's got so much stuff going on. So when I hear something like this, it doesn't sound far-fetched to me because I don't have blinders on. People see a celebrity and immediately it's like their eyes turn into stars and they throw out all common sense, all rationality, or rationale, or however you would call it. They throw all of that stuff to the wind when it comes to a celebrity. If Bam was a regular person, everyone would sit down and they would acknowledge that he's dealing with issues, and no one would see an issue with his family trying to stage interventions and to put him in rehab. This would not be a conversation, but because it's a star, we feel the need to white knight and be a knight in shining armor to save Bam from his big bad family and friends that want him to get help. So, I gotta say, folks, I understand that some people aren't going to be happy about my opinions here, but I simply can't sell myself out in order to, how can I put it, in order to appeal to a fan base. What you folks got to realize is there are people out here who know the power of celebrity fan bases. So what they do is they tell you what you want to hear. And they infiltrate into these fan bases. They pretend to be big fans. They encourage wild behavior while they benefit from it. I'm never going to sit here and sugarcoat things for you. I'm not going to pretend that things are what they aren't just in order to gain more subscribers or more clout or to gain some positive comments. Let's go, Cinema Shogun. Thanks for saying this. No. That's never going to happen here. So I just want you all to understand that some of the people who lead you down these paths of thinking that this stuff is okay, they're not being genuine. Not in the least bit. Because if they genuinely cared about the situation, why would they enable someone to continue hurting themselves while trying to silence the people who are trying to get these people help? So I understand that for the average person, they're looking at this story and you're getting caught up in all the drama and in all the theories and all of the wild stuff you see on the internet. I get it. I've been there. I've done that. I do this for a living. And what I can say is the things that I'm seeing take place with Bam Margera, it doesn't seem genuine to me, because this is the same exact script that was used on Britney Spears. It's the same exact playbook. I'm watching the same exact thing play out again. And that's why I view it as generic. Like, oh, y'all figured something out. We could create these movements, pretend like we gotta free people, and we could gain from these movements. And then once the celebrities are freed and they're going crazy online, we'll just go to the next celebrity and we'll create a new movement. It's all part of a blueprint. That's what I'm witnessing. This Bam Margera situation opened up my eyes even further. We are watching a new trend. And some people are hopping on board and they're taking advantage of it. And the other people's like myself, we will call this stuff out. So it is what it is. I honestly and genuinely hope that Bam finds himself and that he could find some peace and that he gets better and that he lives a better life. I understand that a lot of the things that he went through and a lot of the people out there who are claiming to help them are claiming to try to help him, they aren't really helping him. I can't put myself in Bam's shoes. I understand that for Bam, right now, he's got to be very paranoid because he doesn't know who's out to get him and who's out to help him. So it's got to be a very difficult situation for him. And that's not something that that I don't recognize. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that we don't hear anything crazy. And, hopefully this situation blows over and Bam starts doing better. But Bam, you got to stop following up with these fans. They want to watch you be the Bam they know. From the Jackass days, from the skating days, they want to see you be the Bam that's skating around, jumping, kicking holes through the wall, acting crazy. They don't want to accept the fact that maybe it's time for you to grow as a person and be the family man. Age with grace. Live your life, man. There's so much life left to live. And I can assure you that it would be better if you weren't living under the influence of whatever you're under right now. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all in the next video.